home. Haile Selassie, Zinkernagel, what a firepower. And of course, Zinkernagel coming off that all-star performance, helped lead the line in the wide spaces, assisting Kevin Kelsey, who's that number 9. And we're in the 19 today up top.
But they've only lost one time to Chicago, who are looking fresh in that archive kit. Show on the road from Chi-Town. Acosta, be a fun matchup to watch with Lod interacting with Lewandowski. There's just so many intelligent players going forward for Chicago, and they can really give teams problems. Kendra
as well
brought in some of his own assistants. Jack Cassidy back to running the show for Timbers 2. Looking classy, the Catalonian RTC Fuentes in that blue blazer. I think his team can continue that form. Unbeaten in 4 in the league. 1-2 of 3 in Leagues Cup. Barroso, one of the 4 changes for Chicago on this afternoon. Saletros spins one up. Barroso can be a handful up that right side. He's got Zinkernagel trying to maneuver around on Miller, and it's poached right into the middle. Flag rising though on the offside call. It'll go back to the Timbers after Zinkernagel was looking for that man, Lewandowski.
When it almost looked like Barroso was in an offside position because he took the ball right off the foot of Zinkernagel on the right-hand side, and he was still in an offside position trying to find the space. This is a great combination here. You can see it on that right-hand side. It was tough to tell in that moment who was in the offside position, but the flag does go up. They want that overlapping run from Barroso on the right. Zinkernagel staying a little bit more put than we're used to seeing in past matches before Lewandowski arrived. You could see him floating centrally. You see him floating into the left-hand side. He really had freedom to roam throughout the middle of the pitch. It's a great ball.
Lod, excellent first touch. Robin Lod! Bring out that bow and arrow in the city of big shoulders. 1-0 Fire. Brett Berhalter didn't look all too pleased. If it's a touch off the chest, it's sublime. But does it hit the forearm of Robin Lod? That's what they're looking at to confirm this.
In real time, I thought it went off his chest. He turns his body sideways to allow it to lay down in front of him. Right into the path. Beautiful first touch off the chest and an even better run. Emphasized it more than once on the call, just talking about the path he's taken to get here and always wanting to be a part of MLS and Major League Soccer and knowing the growth of this league and how it's going to continue to skyrocket. And that mix between young players and veteran quality.
Surman, slippery step. Haile Selassie seeing runs off his back shoulder from Lod and from Lewandowski. Zinkernagel kept it alive. Lewandowski out of the phone booth, had it denied. Haile Selassie for Davila! Jay and the Fire having quite the day so far. Doubles the lead at the quarter hour.
He's been putting it in that holding midfield position. It was like nobody wanted to take the shot. Look at the defending here from Portland Timbers, trying to find their way to block that shot. And it's that late arriving run on top of the 18. A nice clean first touch by Davila. The pressure doesn't come quick enough out on top of the box, and he's asking for it. Just out in front, he's got those long legs, and he strikes through it with the laces, landing on his shooting foot. Brilliant finish and a 2-0 lead for the Chicago Fire side at home.
Soaking up the atmosphere today too. Chicago's next 4 will be on the road after this late matinee on the Sunday, match day 20. Acosta sliding along. Velda. Barroso's done a very nice job keeping him in isolation, forcing him to positions like this inside. Wants to run. Velda took a good angle there and clicked it off the stick.
That time.
Zinkernagel sends it back to Elliott. Sika and D. St. Aubin, our fantastic crew here from Chi-Town, bringing you into the second stanza.
Chicago Fire are attacking. They are forcing their outside backs and some of their players to stay home a little bit more and help defend.
Gutman. Return for Brady. So what's the prerogative for Greg Berhalter to say, let's go forward, get the third goal, the knockout punch, or to just measure the game off as we see it right now? They build again. Haile Selassie. Lewandowski. Robert Lewandowski! What a stop! Pantemis!
It's just reaching through traffic, making sure he keeps an eye on where this ball is coming, and he gets it with his right arm. He comes across his body and steers that clear as he's diving.
Fire have not conceded off a corner, but that was very close to being the first. And there's a drive in by Anthony. He got it back on the pump on out by Brady. Saletros will scamper off to safe harbor. Robert Lod finds himself into taking that ball away a little bit too much.
Talk about Finn Surman. Looks like he was going to line this one up. First was the free kick, the second.
Monterey, where he won a Golden Boot in Copa MX. Tough times at Tottenham. He was injury prone there. Janssen had 2 appearances off the bench in Leagues Cup, and now he's on for the first time in an MLS game. Ortiz. Kelsey wants to play the narrative. Dean overstepped. Velda. Dean recovered. Davila. Looks like Gale Sayers right now. Ditejan. Puso Ditejan scuffed it just wide of the mark.
Come that way. Davila just dribbles this all the way out of the back. He was out of pressure. Bamba plays his feet. He's got 2 or 3 players around him. He dribbles right through that traffic. And Puso Ditejan reads it all the way, and he just breaks in behind that back line, knowing.
Bamba. A little bit of hacky sack for Lod. Lod on the race up. Robin Lod. Pantemis. Barreled over on the shot, and he closed it off at the post. He's keeping Portland alive as this game gets stretched. Kelsey, poor touch. Velda, though, keeps it alive. Spin on back out to him. Janssen, Velda. Big block there from Jack Elliott. Lassiter. Oh, it skipped on through. Kelsey can't do anything to turn it around. Take more time on it. Ditejan. One of the elements they've been working with, just as electrifying 1v1 stuff, but defending, and he'll help hedge it back to Pantemis, so the fans appreciate it. Kelsey. Just a little bit of a grapple from Rogers. It's enough to draw a whistle. There's still a healthy amount of time here for Portland, plus stoppage time. They've needled in a chance or 2. There hasn't been what you would call something of heavy conviction, but they're hanging around here in Soldier Field.
Nothing that Chris Brady, I think, has had to be real worried about yet, but Portland continues on the front foot. Both teams have made quite a few substitutions to put some fresh legs in there. Not just comes down to decision making for me, for Portland in that final third.
Lassiter, and that header is jammed on in by Surman. It's not often you can celebrate a World Cup goal before one for your.
As we've talked about, for the Chicago Fire, just beaten to the back post on the first header across right there. Great ball, great header across, and Finn Surman stays with it to get on the end of it.
Giving it his all. Pass might have lacked a little bit of weight, but take nothing away from the incredible sacrifice by Forey. Fernandez, nifty little cut inside, the deflection got popped in the air. Elliott out. Really spooky right now for Chicago. Tite Jean was pinwheeled by Janssen. Is there anything left in the tank? Full time at Soldier Field. The Chicago Fire extinguished that hot run.